There's no clear sign now, it's just a ghost town. You made the city feel like home. Now I don't hear a sound, the silence speaks loud. And now I feel like I can't breathe. You're missing parts of me. I didn't know I had it before I ever knew you. I'm falling to pieces.
Hi friends, welcome back. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far, and I hope the weather is warmer by you than it is here by me. I am in northern Illinois, a southwest suburb of Chicago, and it's been a little chilly, if I'm being honest. Although I still love this time of the year. I still love this weather, so that's really exciting. As you can see behind me, Mr. Wizard has given us some toys to play with today. So I'm going to be showing you those here in a little bit. So thank you to him. If you guys weren't able to watch our Wednesday live stream, I wanted to fill you guys in on something that we've kind of been talking about a little bit. My brain just shut off. Sorry. I wanted to fill you guys in on something that we've been talking about on and off for a little while now. And that is the usernames that are showing up in chat. I did some research after our stream on Monday, and then I told you guys about it some on Wednesday, but I know not everybody was in that live stream on Wednesday, so I wanted to tell you about it again today. I did some research, and it turns out that this is a permanent change by YouTube. YouTube is changing the way that live chat is working, in that now instead of showing someone's channel name, it is now going to be showing what they call their handle. And their handle is going to have that @ symbol with the names on it. And there's a couple of different reasons that they've decided to do this. The main important ones are that it's for security purposes. It's so that now if you do come across someone who has less than honorable intentions, it is easier to block those people and to make sure that you're blocking their specific username. Because I guess the username itself, the channel name, could be reused multiple times. And the handle is actually unique. You cannot have two of the same. So that was one of the reasons that they made this change. The other reason that they made this change is so that people who are using mobile phones, so their cell phones, they can actually tag people in chat now. Whereas before they weren't able to do that. So now they can actually type in that A with a circle around it and type in the username that they see there, and it will actually tag that person in it. So that's what I'm going to ask you guys to do today. If you guys have a comment or question for me and I don't answer you right away or within a couple of minutes, go ahead and send that message again. But this time I want you to tag me in it. So I want you to use that @ symbol, that's the A with the circle around it, and then type in "so not an expert." And what that will do is it will highlight it right on the screen for me. So I really appreciate that. So I apologize in advance if the chat looks a little weird and it's not really what you're used to, and you may or may not like it this new way. I apologize for that, but unfortunately there's nothing I can do about it. This is a YouTube change. There's nothing I can do. I don't like it any more than you guys do, because I liked the colors better, because then I was able to differentiate between everybody's chats. Because they were all in different colors, and that made things a little bit easier for me. But it is what it is. So I'm trying my best to get used to this new format, as I'm sure you guys are as well. So if I do miss a comment, please don't be upset with me. I'm trying really hard to catch everybody's comments. Like I said, if I miss it and you especially need an answer from me, or you want an answer from me, tag me in it again. I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with you spamming me in chat until you get my attention. I am okay with that. This is a small-ish channel, so we all want to be friends here. That's the whole point of this channel, is to be with friends, hang out with friends, have conversations. So if I'm missing something, please let me know. The other thing is of course I have my moderators in chat. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Lucas. If you guys see them in chat and I am not getting the message, whatever the message is, let them know. Get a hold of them, because they have other ways of getting a hold of me outside of chat, so that I can try and see things. And plus, for whatever reason, my eyes are, because the new format, it highlights moderators and it highlights members. So I do have a tendency to be able to see them a little bit better in chat. And so again, I'm going to apologize in advance. I'm going to do everything I possibly can to try and keep everybody a part of the conversation. But if I do miss you, please be patient with me while I try and learn this new format. It's not my favorite, but there's only so much I can do about it. So there's that. If you guys are seeing your handle in chat and it's something that you're not really comfortable with, maybe it's got your full name in it or whatever the case might be, you do have the ability to go in and change that in your account settings. So if you were to go back into your YouTube, go into the account settings, and you can actually find where it says your handle, and you can change your handle there. Now be careful with that, because there are other people out there that might have something similar. And so that's why you'll see a lot of random numbers on the end of things, because other people have those names as well. So everyone has to be unique. So you may not be able to get the exact one that you want, but try and be a little creative with it. So yeah, Susan, it is. And from what I understand from the research that I've done, Some channels are still on the old format, and a lot of channels are moving to this new format, but the plan for YouTube is to roll everybody out into this new format. I think it was before the end of this year. They've been beta testing it, I guess, for a couple of years. So some channels have had it for a while and some channels haven't. But our channel has obviously been updated, and there's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. So anyway, I wanted to get that out of the way right away. So then that way, in case if anybody else comes in and says anything about it, if you guys can just kind of let them very politely, let them know that unfortunately it's a YouTube change and there's nothing I can do about it. The other thing I wanted to remind everybody about, and I know I've mentioned it a couple times already, but I'm gonna keep mentioning it until we start, and that is our next quilt along that we're gonna be doing here on the channel. Our quilt alongs run a little bit differently than other channels in that I only work on this project once a month. I'm not gonna be working on this project every week, so it's gonna take us a long time to get through this project. So if you have patience and you want to quilt along with me or sew along with me, the project is called Framed Pinwheels. It is a pattern by Missouri Star Quilt Company, and from what I understand, Missouri Star Quilt Company, at least they were, I'm not so sure if they are or not anymore, but they were running a huge sale on patterns, and they were anywhere from $1 to $4 a piece. Like, it was just crazy the value that you were getting for it. So it's called Framed Pinwheels. It's by Missouri Star Quilt Company. You will need a layer cake and 2 charm packs in order to make this pattern. Now, I will not be giving you final cutting instructions on my videos when I make them, because this is not a pattern that this is a pattern that I've paid for. It's not one that I've made. So I have to be very careful with copyright and things like that. So I won't be giving you final instructions. So if you don't have the pattern, you probably won't be able to sew along with us unless you can kind of figure it out on your own. So I do recommend the pattern for you. I do recommend purchasing the pattern. If you can't, I understand. You can always sew along something else with us as well. But it will be 1 layer cake, 2 charm packs. Now with the charm packs, you want to make sure that they're a solid or at least a semi-solid color, and you want them to be a nice contrasting but still accent color for the layer cake. I'm going to show you guys what colors I have chosen. I think I showed them to you once already, but I'm going to show you guys those in November when we start the project. I think we're going to start the project on November 16th is I think the date I've got on my calendar. I have not set up any of the thumbnails yet. I will be setting those up hopefully this afternoon, so you'll see that here soon. But we're going to be starting that on November 16th, and we're going to be running that once a month. I think it's like the 2nd or 3rd Sunday of every month, something like that. So that's when we're going to be doing that. So I hope you guys can join me, but if not, that's okay. I understand. Not everybody has as much patience as I do when it comes to projects, so I get it. But that's what we're going to be doing, and so I'm really excited about that. Members, just a reminder to our members, we do have a members only live stream tomorrow evening, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I think I posted the thumbnail for that already. So make sure you check that out. If you guys are not a member and you're interested in doing and kind of seeing what it's all about, you can click the button down below, and I understand it is available for iPhone users now as well. You can click the button in the chat or somewhere down below this video. It's a square with a $sign in it. If you click on that and then select members, it'll give you some information. For as little as $2.99 a month, you can be part of the club. So it's really exciting. Thimble redemptions, I'm hoping to have those for the month of October. I'm hoping to have those collected today. I think there's only 2 of them, so if you guys are okay with it, I think I'm going to push it off another month, because I like to kind of do it when there's more than just 1 or 2, because it does take a little bit of work to put them together. So if you guys are okay with it, if you're in a rush for your redemptions, I'm happy to mail them out to you, but if you guys are okay with it, I think I might push them off 1 more month and just mail them out in November. In December, all of our members will be getting their scrap busting boxes. Unfortunately, any new members that are coming in after the end of September are no longer eligible for those boxes because they are kind of expensive. So I do require 3 months of membership before I'll send you that box. So unfortunately, you won't be able to join in. If you become a member now, you won't be able to get those scrap busting boxes. But I'm hoping to actually send out a second one next year, depending on how much scraps I end up with, because we're going to be finishing up a lot of projects here towards the end of this year and the beginning of next year. So I may end up with an extra box of scraps next year. So just because you're joined this year and you don't get a box this year, that doesn't necessarily mean that you won't get one next year. So think about that. See if that's something that you're interested in. What else was I going to tell you? I really need to write this stuff down. I really do, because I can't remember now. But I feel like there was something else, but not for the life of me. I can't remember what. I'm sure it'll pop in my head. You guys know how that happens. So today we're going to be working on our mystery project. For those of you who don't know what the mystery project is, please let me explain. The mystery project is not a mystery to me. I know what we are making, and I'm really excited about it. It's a very intimidating pattern for me. It's kind of challenging for me. I had started it and then I put it away because it was very intimidating, and then I brought it back on here, and I've been bringing it back on the channel to kind of feed off of your guys' energy and kind of boost up my confidence levels a little bit, because this one's a little bit of a challenge. It's kind of technical, and it's a very specific pattern, and the reason that I'm keeping it a mystery is very simple. This is going to be a gift for a friend of mine who watches the channel, and because of the specificity, I can't even say the word, because it is so specific. This person, the second I say what this pattern is, this person is going to know it's for them, because it is very, very specific. So that's why I'm keeping it a mystery, and plus it's kind of fun, right? It's fun to see what you guys are guessing. See, and some of you already know what it is because you've sent me an email and asked, but you've been sworn to secrecy. So it's just been fun to put this one together and kind of keep it a little bit of a secret. So that's why we call it the mystery project, because it's a mystery for you guys, but not for me. If it's killing you, if it's really killing you, and you have to know because it's making you crazy, send me an email and I'll be happy to tell you what it is. Of course, you are sworn to secrecy though. But it's been a lot of fun. So last time we were together, we had this big strip unit that we had to cut on 45-degree angles, because that is the big thing with this project, is 45-degree angles. So we had to cut those on 45-degree angles, and then we had to piece them together to make these strips. Well, the piecing together turned out to be a pain in the butt. So I ended up doing that off camera because it took me a little while to get it together. So I do have those pieces here. In fact, I just finished them this morning. So these are the pieces, the strip pieces that we ended up having to piece together. And you can see, like, I had to add like a little corner to this one just to get it to do what I needed just to do. But these are the strip pieces. Yeah. And the stripes go opposite, so one goes one way and one goes the other. And those are going to be attached up to some of the pieces that we made the last time we were together. Oops. I will grab that in just a second. Let me show you what we made last time, and then I'm going to hop over and do the things for Mr. Wizard. So these are the pieces that we were working on before. I mean, they're not perfect, obviously, but they're I wouldn't even say close to perfect, but they're fun. I love the colors. I love how they're turning out so far. And then I've got these pieces here. These are a little bit bigger. These are really big pieces. You can see, start like that, and then they've got this piece down here at the bottom. I've given you guys a couple of clues already. I've told you that this is a stained glass piece, so that's why there are so many pieces of black to it. It is a stained glass piece, and it's very specific, very, very specific. But I'm sure as this thing is starting to go together, if you're familiar with this, you will know what it is. All right, so let me hop in a chat real quick, say hello to everybody there. Then we're going to see what Mr. Wizard has given us to share. So I pick up this piece of paper here on the floor. And then we will get started on our mystery project. So let me hop in a chat first. So on Wednesday, when we were here on Wednesday, Mr. Wizard had just hot off the presses finished one of his cars. And I have to say, it's been a hot minute since he's worked on the cars. I shouldn't say that, because he did finish a couple of these, but he really hasn't been focusing too much on cars. He's been focusing a lot more on planes lately. It's like a new thing for him. Like, we always challenge ourselves in our hobby, like to come out of our comfort zone, do something that's a little bit different. So he started working on some planes, and he's done quite a few of them. They look amazing, but planes are just not my thing. Like, they're great. He does all this research on them. I think it's wonderful. It's all great for him. It's just not my thing. So that's why I haven't brought any planes on the channel. But these are some cars that he has brought in. And so we're going to go over those here in just a minute. But first, let me give you guys a shout out here on chat. Looks like the very first person in chat that was here at 5 o'clock this morning. Holy mackerel. Oh my goodness. That was Brat46. She says, good morning from a chilly morning in Michigan. My goodness, Brat46, good morning. Thank you so much for being here. My goodness. Excuse me. Linda Denton says, almost forgot what day it was. You must be retired then, Linda. Mama Joyce has been retired now. This will be her 4th week of retirement, and she's already started to forget what day of the week it is. I think it's great. Kathy, good morning. Thank you so much for that. Good morning. It's so great to see you. Welcome back to the channel. Brat46 says she wants to sew, but she doesn't have the energy. She regrets that she didn't sew yesterday. I was in here all day yesterday. Like all day. Like I went and ran a couple of errands in the morning, and then I came in here and I was in here all day. I was exhausted. I didn't get a very good night's sleep the last couple of nights, and so I came in here and I really didn't think I was going to get a whole lot done, and I actually ended up getting way more done than I thought. So that was kind of nice, but I was in here all day. I had actually considered turning the camera on yesterday, and that was the original plan, was to turn the camera on, but I was just so tired. I didn't know how long I was going to end up in here, and I ended up in here all afternoon, so go figure. Susan, good morning. Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for being a member of the channel. She says, had a busy day yesterday, sewed 8 tangled blocks at the Yakima Quilt Guild's open sew, visited my sister for a while, and dinner at a church I used to go to. Wow, that was a busy day. My goodness. But good morning. Sandra K is also here. Good morning, Sandra. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. Sandra. Judy, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Judy, thank you so much for posting that picture on our Facebook group. You had a quilt on your long arm frame, which looked really great. She said that I inspired her or motivated her, I think she said, to start quilting something. So thanks so much for posting that on our Facebook group. I really appreciate it. If you guys are not already, please consider joining our Facebook group. That is a great platform for me to be able to see what you guys are working on. Like, you guys can obviously see what I'm doing. Like, it's right here. But I don't get a chance or an opportunity to really see what you guys are working on. And so that's where our Facebook group comes in. And it's absolutely awesome. I love being able to do that. It's really, really great. Let's see. So thank you again for that. Carrie Quilts, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Brenda, hello. Welcome back to the channel as well. Thank you also for being a member of the channel. I appreciate you both being here this morning. Good morning. Scrolling through chat here, folks. Sorry about that. Just give me a second. Susan says, good morning, Danny. Hope your weekend has been going well. It has been going well. It has been. It's actually been going pretty well. I really haven't been doing a whole lot, at least not here for my house, but I've been doing a little bit. I finished quilting up the table runner that you guys saw last weekend. Wednesday, the one we were working on Wednesday. I finished quilting that up. I trimmed it down, and I started doing the binding on it. I just got the strips all sewn up together. So, oh, hi, Ivy. Hi, baby girl. But I didn't get it finished, so it's still sitting back there. But I did get quite a bit of it done. It actually took me a lot longer to quilt it up than I was expecting it to. But it was still a good time. I had a good time with it. Let's see. Sylvia, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you as well. Sandra, I can't wait to see what this mystery quilt looks like when it comes together. You and me both. Like, I'm really starting to get nervous because I know that some of my lines are not exactly perfectly straight, and so I just hope that it looks good enough. Oh, Carrie says unexpected company came by, so she's going to take off. No problem, Carrie. We totally understand. Family is way, way more important than this channel. So you have a great time with your friends and family, and you can always catch the replay later if you're looking for something. Hi, Katie. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. I hope you're feeling better. I did not get a chance to catch your live stream yesterday, so I do apologize for that, but I hope you're feeling better. I know you've been struggling with some stuff and some medical stuff, and hopefully that's going in the right direction for you. Susan says it's 32 by her. You know what, Susan? I don't even know what the temperature is this morning. I feel like It says it's 52 right now with a high of 61. So that's actually the warmest it's been this weekend. I think it was in the 50s yesterday. Judy, thank you very much for that. She says she likes my shirt. Well, thank you very much for that. It's new to me. I just purchased it a little while ago. So thank you for that. I appreciate you saying so. Katie, reminding everybody hit the like button. Thank you very much for that, Katie. I appreciate that reminder. Agnes, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a hot minute since I've seen you. I hope you're well. Thank you also for being a member of the channel, as well as Katie also. Thank you both for being members. Let's see. Mary, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. I'm still going through chat, guys. You guys are awesome. Just check it through chat here. Good morning. Patty, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday morning to you also. I hope you're well. Hi, Rita. Good morning. I swear I don't remember seeing you pop in, but somebody else said good morning to you. So good morning. I'm so sorry if I missed you. Welcome back. Crafting with Crystal Dragon. That's Rita, right? Yeah, that's Rita. Good morning. Thank you also for being a member of the channel, Rita. I appreciate that. Music is loud. Okay, I turned it down because I noticed it was loud the other day. So I turned it down. Tell me if that's lower. Is that quieter? Did it do anything? If not, I'll just turn it off. So I do apologize about that. I did notice that it was loud on the last video, and I'm like, that's not cool. So my apologies for that. Gladys, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. I'm still going through chat, guys. Sorry. So somebody say good morning to Zaza. I'm not sure who that is, but good morning, Zaza. Welcome back to the channel. I don't remember seeing your name in chat, but hello. I'm so sorry I missed you. Let's see. Yeah, I noticed that the music was loud, and I did turn it down, but so I don't know why it's still really loud. I might just have to turn it off. I'm not sure. Betty says, I'm in no hurry for my seam ripper. Rita says, scrap boxes. Oh, fun. Yes. So speaking of the scrap boxes, so if you are a member of the channel, then you are automatically eligible for my scrap boxes. I send them out once or twice a year. Just depends on how many scraps I end up with. And the only requirement that I have is that you have to be a member of my channel for at least 3 months in order to be eligible for the box. I will be sending out boxes in December. That's why the cutoff for membership for those boxes was the end of September. So I will be sending some out in December. It is an 8x8x4 box, and I usually fill it as full as I can with scrap pieces. Now, these would be scrap pieces from the projects that we've been working on all year. And by scrap pieces, I don't just mean like little cutoffs. I mean, they could be full pieces of yardage. They could be extra fat quarters. They could be extra charm pieces. It just depends on what the project was. And I try and give, when I put the boxes together, there's no favoritism at all. So I just take the boxes and I just put random pieces in every box. And then I seal up all the boxes and I mix them up and then I just slap labels on them. So I never know who's getting what. So then that way there's no favoritism. And so I try and put a big piece of yardage in every box if I can. And then sometimes it's some 2.5-inch strips. Sometimes it's some fat quarters. Sometimes it's just little cutoffs. Sometimes they're little triangle pieces. It just depends on what's in the box. So for members who have gotten boxes from me in the past, they can tell you what those boxes are like. But I do them at least once a year. I will guarantee you at least once a year, hopefully twice a year. This year we've had a lot of long-term projects, so I haven't had a lot of scrap fabrics, but I'm going to have a lot coming up here soon. Once my drawer gets full, that's when I mail out scrap boxes. Because I have a dresser drawer over there that I put all my scrap fabrics in. So once the drawer gets full, I know there's enough in there to fill up the boxes. And so that's what we do. Now, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to do that forever. It just depends on how many members we end up with. But right now, there is enough to do that with. So. Sorry, still going through chat. Give me like 10 seconds here. I'm almost at the bottom. That is very pretty. Well, thank you very much, Mary. I appreciate that. Good morning, Danny and everyone. Good morning, Joyce. So great to see you. Wind up being, we're close to the end. Like we're really close to the end. We're going to start actually putting this thing together here soon. So I don't think I'm going to have it done by Christmas, but I'm kind of hoping that I have it done by before February. So that would be the goal. We'll see. I try not to give myself timelines for things because I don't want to add stress to things. So if I get it done by February, great. If not, that's okay too. Still scrolling through chat. You guys are being awesome today. It's so chatty, which is totally fine, but it's just taking me a hot minute. Thank you very much, Terry. Good morning to you. Welcome back to the channel. She's telling me who everybody is. So, Crafting with Crystal Dragon, Lisa is the awkward quilter, and Georgia Zaza is the inappropriate quilter. Okay. I will try to remember those names, but I am terrible with names. Teresa Lynch, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. All right, I think I have caught up on chat. If I missed you and I didn't say hello to you and you are in chat, please make sure you say hello to me. Again, this time, please go ahead and tag me in it. You can do the A with the circle around it and then type in "So Not an Expert." And what that does is it highlights it on the screen for me, so then hopefully I don't miss it again. So thank you very much for that. All right, so first and foremost, I have to take care of this cute little puppy that's sitting here because she's just staring at me. Yes, I see you. So cute. Somebody needs coffee. I mean, that would be me too. I totally need coffee this morning. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a peek over here and see what Mr. Wizard is sharing with us. He did tell me that this Magnum is the one that has some loose pieces on it. So not to be upset about it is what he said to me. So I'm like, okay. So this one here, he gave me little cheat sheets. Isn't he sweet? This one is a 2006 Dodge Magnum. You'll have to forgive me. I do not remember the name of the color, but it's like this really deep red color. I wish, one of these days I should really turn on the zoom camera so you guys can really see the inside of these things. Because it's just crazy. So the hood comes up, but does it come off? Yes, it does. Okay. You see the engine in there? All the engine pieces. Okay, no sooner do I join does Miss Nella wake up. Geesh. Well, I mean, that's kind of the way of things, isn't it? And then there's a piece that you can see down here at the bottom. I'm trying to be careful because he said that the moonroof, here it is, the moonroof fell out. He said that was his fault, so he told me not to stress about it. That was kind of, and he also told me that one of the wheels might fall off, so that's fun. But see, now I was really excited on Wednesday because these wheels, they don't move; they're glued together. I was really excited for the one that he gave me on Wednesday because the wheels move. Because normally they don't move, and so that's why I was like, the wheels moved. So that is his 2006 Magnum. He's actually had that one finished for a little while. This one, I think I might have actually brought this one back on the channel once before. This one's kind of an odd one, and you wouldn't normally expect him to do this one because it's just kind of a weird normal car. This is the 2000 Honda CR-V, and the reason that this one is so special is because Mr. Wizard owned one. When Mr. Wizard and I first started dating, this is the car he was driving, and he had this car for a very, very long time. To the point where the only reason he got rid of it was because it was not going to pass emissions. We have emissions tests here in the state, in Northern Illinois, and it wasn't going to pass emissions, and it was going to cost too much money for him to fix it. But this car, when he traded it in, had over 350,000 miles on it. Yeah. So he found the kit for it and built it. This is the exact color that his was. So you can see a little spare tire on the back. There. You guys can't see the interior, but there is an interior to this. And then there's no, this is what they call a curbside model. So it means that the hood does not open and there is no engine in it. But there is some details on the bottom. So there you go. So that's the 2000 Honda CRV. Just checking to make sure it didn't push any buttons. It's not sitting on top of the keyboard. So this one here is a 1973 Land Rover. Mr. Wizard won this one at an auction. He won the kit at an auction, and so he decided to put this one together because it's kind of cool looking. He decided to paint it the army green because he's really big into the army tankers and trucks and things like that. So that's why he did this one in army green. See the little roof rack on it. It's kind of neat. Spare tire up here. I always wondered why they put the spare tire up here. Like, how are you supposed to get that down? Like, you can climb up on top of the whole car to get it. But I guess that's so that you can go over rough terrain and not get it stuck. Does the hood? Yes, the hood does open on this one. And there are hood pins on this one. You can see there. And we'll try and get them back into the hood pins. There we go. Okay, so that one is a 1973 Land Rover. And then last but not least, you guys have seen it already. And Mr. Wizard built this one for me and the kids, really. This one is a 1967 Volkswagen VW Bug. And it is decked out like Herbie. I think, yes. The trunk opens so you can see you can't really see it because my fingers are in the way, but there's an engine back there. I don't think this one doesn't come out, it just opens. So. Oh, the front opens too. So there's the spare tire up front. The fuel cell. And then there's some, not really a whole lot of designs and stuff there on the back, but you can kind of see it a little bit. Joyce wants to know, is Mr. Wizard a collector? No, Joyce, he actually makes these. This is Mr. Wizard's hobby. He actually makes model cars, models in general, not just model cars, but he actually makes models. So these are not die cast. These are plastic. I forget what he calls it, but they're plastic, and so he actually paints them and does the whole thing. This one is like super shiny, so he really did a nice gloss coat on this one. But he does all the detail work. So these start out as a completely all white, usually all white piece of plastic, and so he does all of the design work. He does all the painting. He puts all the decals on. So yeah, so this is what he's doing while we're in here. That is his hobby. He used to do that when he was a kid, when he was younger. I think all little boys did at one point in time. He did it when he was a kid, and then when COVID hit and everybody was kind of stuck in their homes, I told Mr. Wizard was making me absolutely insane because he was just sitting in front of the TV doing nothing. Like all the time, I'm like, you are too intelligent to be just sitting here doing nothing. And so I told him, I said, get a hobby. And so he did. So he started building cars, and originally he started at our kitchen table when I was doing my sewing stuff. And then it kind of escalated, and then he moved out into the garage and started to set up his own studio out there. And now he's got a full-fledged studio out there. So he's got a whole full-fledged studio out there, and this is where he builds these. So I have these little toy cars all over my house because they're ones that he makes. In fact, he just gave away, I showed you guys one on Wednesday. That one was a Super Bee, I think he called it. That one, he just gave that one away to a friend of his. So, yeah. Good morning, Naomi. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. You had to make sure that you had either a spare fan belt or a spare of legs. What? Spare pair of legs, pantyhose on the hand at all times. You must be talking about the Herbie, right? Rita, Crystal Dragon, welcome. Yeah, Joyce. So he's not a collector so much as, well, I mean, he does collect the kits for sure. But the kits are not made. So these are not die cast. He actually makes these himself. So that's pretty exciting. There is a fix for the name. Yes, you can go into your account and look for the section that says handle, and you can change your name there. All right, so that is the cards from Mr. Wizard. So thank you, Mr. Wizard, for sharing that with us. I honestly have no idea what he's working on right now. Most of the time, I don't know what he's working on. It just kind of is what it is. I'm going to move this because I feel like I keep looking at it. It says display name right under the handle for the channel. Oh, okay, Rita. There you go. You used to build ships from kits. Now, that is one thing that Mr. Wizard did try to build the Titanic one for me once. The thing is huge. It's like this big. He did try, but he got kind of frustrated with it, so he put it away. But that's really been the only ship that he's tried to build for me. Ivy. I know, she's sitting right there. She's so sweet. She's my baby. Hi, baby girl. Hi. You're so cute. Yeah. She's so cute. Oh, wow, the Nina Pita. Yeah, in the Santa Maria. Oh, wow. Wow, that's impressive. It is a nice hobby, Terry. It's not overly expensive. He can usually get one of these done in a week or two, so things go pretty quickly. So it's a much more, I don't want to say satisfying, but you do get the win much faster than you do in quilting. But that's okay. You know, he likes it, and that's all that matters. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get started back here with what we've got going on. So I went ahead and I made myself a cute little love note because I do that. And that was to put these strips together. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this note. We don't need it anymore. Okay, so then it says, make mirror image 45-degree cuts at the ends of a 2.5-inch strip, background strip. That should be one of these here. Let's see if I can find it. I think it's one of these. Let me see. Nope, 2.5. So, have that up back there. Okay. So it says to make mirror image 45-degree cuts. I'll take this. First and foremost, I want to cut off the selvage. So let me grab that first. Go. Get rid of the selvage. No, okay, I do have one here. Find the 45-degree line on my ruler. Line that up with my corner here. Cut that corner there. And then I need to attach, make a mirror image. So that goes this way. This way. Mirror image. So like this. Right? Okay. Then cut the strip in half. I am confused looking at it. I know. purple thread. Quiet. Ivy, wait. Oh, I got you, yeah. I have to commend you, Danny. I don't know how you are able to follow such a detailed pattern. I would be so confused. I'm confused just looking at it. Terry, it's not without its challenges. That is for sure. It's definitely not without its challenges. I have to read the directions 4 or 5 times before I can really follow the instructions. And they do give you pictures, but the pictures are not very detailed. Why are you whining at me? Why are you whining at me? I love you, but why are you whining at me? What do you want? I know. You want the whole container of snacks. That's what you want. And I'm sorry, but the answer is still no. The answer is still no. Okay, so I went ahead and make mirror images, cut the strip in half. Now sew the angled edges to these sections. Okay. Fair. That's fair. Okay, so now I gotta figure out which way they go. This one goes to this way. No, I think I have to do the 1/4 inch, don't I? Don't I have to do the 1/4 inch? To do the 1/4 inch, don't I? Let's see. So if I go here, that won't work. I have to go here. The 45-degree angles is really the part that's just the most challenge. Like trying to figure out where to sew things so that everything lines up and so that all your strips are straight. It's a bit of a challenge for sure. Okay, so there's that. Okay. Take this one here. Oh, sorry. I am determined to get it done. Yeah, like, that's why I brought it back on the channel. Because, like, this is the only way it's going to get done. Because it was a challenge for me. It was hard to figure it out, like, the whole thing. So, yeah. I did not put chat up on my phone, so let me do that real quick. Give me just a second. And I don't know if you guys noticed, and I try not to mention it all that often, but we're up to 780 subscribers. Like, that's just crazy to me. 780. It's just so weird. Oh, that's me. Oh, please. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, there we go. Sewing them together. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, for sure. It has been a lot of detail. Yeah, and that's why I said it's a very specific pattern. Very, very specific. It's been a challenge, to say the least. It has been a challenge. Why does that look weird? It didn't really... I'm going to re-sew this line. It didn't really line up for very well the way I wanted it to, so I'm actually going to re-sew this one. I know it's not that big of a deal. It's only like an eighth of an inch off. But with everything as tight as it is, I want to make sure that it's kind of laying a little bit nicer. So we're going to pull that one off. And we're going to line it up just ever so slightly. So then that way it lines up just a little bit better. Go. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we're going to give it a go. Yeah, the 45-degree angles is really what's been a challenge for me. And if I'm being honest, the pattern is written, it's a little, it's a little confusing. You got to read it 4 or 5 times and then read it again and lay it out and use the pins. Eventually you get it, but it takes a minute sometimes. Okay, there we go. That's better. That lines up a little bit better. Okay, and now this piece here. I did at one point give up on it, Terry. I truly did, and that's why you guys didn't see it on the channel for a long time. Because I had given up on it. Hi, Joyce Hernandez. Welcome back to the channel. My gosh, I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you. I hope you are well. I hope you've been having a fantastic time. Hope everything's going okay. But yeah, that's why you didn't see it on the channel for a little while, because I had given up on it. I was like, I can't do this. It's not me. So. Why does this one line up so nicely? What am I missing? Huh. Wonder why that one lines up so nice. Oh, you know what? Because the black is on it. I don't know. My slippers in the way. But yeah, no, for a short minute, I did actually give up on it. Because it was way more intimidating than I thought it was going to be. My Yorkie just allowed me to trim his head hair with the Kai fabric scissors. I think he liked the gentle sound. Aw, cute. That's not what I was going for. It's not what I was going for. That did not work. Let's try this again, shall we? That did not work. How come the other one worked okay? Obviously, I did that wrong. Did not work. Yeah, that one, that's why it was too easy. Because it was wrong. Oh, jeez. There we go. Now it looks a little bit brighter. More correct. You know, usually when something is too easy, it's usually because it's wrong. There we go. Busy morning. No problem, Jerry. No problem. Okay, there we go. That looks much better. All right, let's get this finger pressed now. All right, so now I've got those 2 pieces here. Now it says, sew the angled edges below the segments. Cut the strip 5 inches below the low edge of the angle. Okay. 5 inches below the low edge. Must be this edge here. So, go this way. Okay. There's a little bit of a gap here that I'm not real thrilled about. But we use a lot of this. A little bit of fabric glue just to get it to lay. See if that works. All right, 5 inches from the lower angle. Okay. All right, there we go. Perfect. Now we are officially on step 13, and just for you guys to reminder, there's only 17 steps. So it's going to go together, fairly quickly. Let's see. Cut 2 3.5-inch segments from the leftover 2.5-inch strips. 2 3.5-inch segments. Okay. 3.5. And 3.5. Okay. Got them. Got them. Also cut 2 2.5 by 3.5-inch rectangles. 2.5 by 3.5. I think that's these. This says, I have to check my colors. Sorry guys, give me just a second here. Light teal is A. Which is the light green tie-dye. Oh, this one. It's this one. I gotcha. I got it. How has everybody else been doing this weekend? Do you have any fun projects you've been working on or things you've been finishing up? I think I mentioned last weekend we made some applesauce. We made applesauce a couple weekends ago. That was fun. 2.5, which that's what this is, right? 2.5. Yeah, that's 2.5. 3.5. We made applesauce one weekend. That was a good time. Taylor has been traveling a lot for work, so she is gone once again for the weekend. I think she said she comes back on Monday. Could be wrong. She seems to like her new job, though. She really seems to be enjoying it. And that's the most important thing. I know the travel can be a little much sometimes, but they seem to do a pretty good job of kind of balancing it out with local-ish stuff as well. So that's good. All right, so there's those two now. Okay, with black between, add a teal. The black strip here. Sandra says I finished a UFO, now cross-stitching. Oh, fun. It's always nice when you finish a UFO. It's always satisfying, isn't it? I know I get really excited when I finish a UFO. It's one of my favorite things to do. So the black strip to these pieces here. Oh. So tomorrow we've got our members only live stream. We're not really going to be doing anything super fancy or anything project wise. It's just a hangout kind of thing. Whips and UFOs. So bring whatever you've got. 7:30 p.m. Central Time. This is saying that I have something on Thursday. Let me check my calendar because I can't see my calendar from here. Hang on. What is that saying? Right, Swirling Leaves. We are starting our Swirling Leaves project on Thursday the 30th, which is the day before Halloween. So there will be a live stream on Thursday of this week where we're going to be starting our new project, Swirling Leaves. It's going to be very simple. That particular live stream is really just going to be ironing and maybe some cutting. But that's how every project starts out, is ironing and cutting. So that'll be exciting. So we'll be doing that. I'm excited to start on that one. I've had that one in my arsenal for probably over a year now. I think I bought it last year when I was at the quilt store. And I kept meaning to get to it, and it just never seemed to pan out. So I'm really grateful that we're going to be able to get to that one. Yeah, I did. I did sew these up wrong. I sewed these on the wrong side. I was supposed to sew them on the long edge. I sewed them on the short edge. So now I get to pull them all apart. Yay. There's been a lot of seam ripping with this project because you really have to pay attention to the directions. But I was supposed to attach this to the short edges, not the long edges. And I wasn't really paying attention. So, my fault. The good news is it's pretty easy to pull apart, especially with a brand new seam ripper. Kind of surprised. There's really not a whole lot left to do with this thing. It's kind of a little intimidating, if I'm honest, because I'm almost done with it, and that's like crazy to me. It's crazy to me that we're almost done with this project. This is our last sub-assembly piece. This piece is our last sub-assembly piece before we sew everything up together. Like, that just blows my mind. Okay, so let's try this again. Try this again. This time we got to sew up the short edge, not the long edge. So let's try this again. Excuse me. There we go. There we go. Seems look better already. This next one here. All right, now this one. Go. All right, that's better. Let's go ahead and slice these up. Now it's telling me to attach it to a piece that I don't show here. Let's see if we can find it in here. I don't have anything in here. gotta be these pieces here. It's gotta be this piece. These two here. It's gotta be those two. Cut 2.5, 3.5 inch segments from the leftover 2.5 inch strip. We did that. Also cut 2.5, 3.5 light teal with the black between. Add a light teal and black background rectangle below the units from step 12. Okay, sew black to the long edge. Okay. Cut a 3.5 inch segment from 2 6-inch background strips. What's this? Back between. Sew each segment back onto the original piece. Sew to the units below, matching the lower rectangles. Trim the 6-inch background at the top. Continue for. Okay, so I did have it right. I was making sure that I had it right, but I do have it right. So, okay, so it's these pieces here. So we're going to set those off to the side for a minute because we're going to need those in a minute. Bye, Susan. Have a great weekend. Thanks so much for hanging out with us this morning. I appreciate it. Hopefully we will see you tomorrow. Hi, baby. Hi. What you doing? You being a good girl? Are you being a good girl? Say, yes, Mom. Yes, I am. So I think you should reward me. Yeah. Where's your sisters? Just off the camera, you goof. I swear she knows the exact angle at which the camera points because when the camera's not on, she'll sit where I want her to. Hi, Dawn. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. So great to see you. When the camera is not on, she will sit right where I want her to. Exactly where I need her to be for the camera. When it's not on. But when it's on, well, then there's a problem. Okay, so let me turn the iron on because I actually need to iron up those seams real quick. I'm gonna grab the small one. I'm gonna grab the small one today. We need to iron up these black strips first before we do anything else. So I'm gonna go ahead and finger press them while the iron is warming up. Making supper in the crock pot and stout cake for dessert. Yum, Dawn. What time's dinner? We'll come by later. Yum. Mr. Wizard and I are making pork tenderloin round steaks for dinner with potatoes. Yum. Yum. Go. So all laid out, and I just gotta wait for the iron to get warm. Okay, so we're gonna be attaching these to the bottoms of these. Okay. So there's just a lot of little steps that you have to do. It's funny how you do all these silly little steps, and eventually it finally starts to look like something. So warming up, yeah, exactly, warming. Yeah, it's totally warming. Yeah. It's a new word. It's a Dannyism. It's fine. One day we'll make a dictionary. It's Sunday, so it's pasta of some sort with a tomato sauce and a veggie. Oh, and wine. Of course there's wine. I will wine. Nala will wine. Yeah, there's whining involved. Yeah, there's wine. Exactly. There is wine somehow, yeah. But anyway, I was telling you guys that we are up to 780 subscribers, which is just crazy to me. And I thought, how cool would it be if we could get up to 800 subscribers by the end of November? Wouldn't that be really cool? So, I don't do a whole lot of advertising for this channel because that's not kind of the point of the channel. It's to make friends. There we go. Perfect. Just let them cool off. I don't do a whole lot of advertising when it comes to the channel. It's just not my way of doing things. But I think it could be kind of cool if we reached that goal. I think that would be kind of awesome. So this one goes to this one. What am I doing? Just sewing on there, Dee. So if you guys do have a group or a Facebook group or a YouTube group or a Discord group, and if you can share the channel with them, I'd really appreciate it. Make some new friends. It'll be kind of fun. Originally, our goal for this year was to reach 1,000 subscribers. I don't think that's gonna happen, but that's okay. We're much closer than we were at the beginning of the month, at the beginning of the year. So I think it'll be okay. We're gonna be just fine. Grab these 2 pieces now. Separate those. I'm losing today, but not in fun or friendships. There you go. It's been a rough couple of weeks for me, just with regards to, and I don't want to turn this into a whole huge conversation, but with regards to just my own mental health, it's been a rough couple of weeks for me, if I'm being perfectly honest about it. But I do feel like, and I even said this to Mr. Wizard, I said, I do feel like this week has been easier for me, and I'm not 100% sure that I know why. I mean, I have my guesses as to why. But I just feel like this week has been a better week for me than the weeks in the past have been. Which I found to be kind of interesting. I keep finding pieces that need to be ironed. And I still didn't iron up the one that actually needed to be ironed. Go figure. So that's been interesting to me. I've just been trying to be observant of what the changes are in my life that might be impacting it. But things are going better. They weren't real bad to start with. They weren't real bad to begin with. But they do seem better. And I like that. I like knowing that things are better for me. I think everyone wants to feel better about themselves and just in general. I think I might be out of bobbin thread. I'm definitely out of bobbin thread. Did these all sew up correctly? Yes. I won that game of bobbin chicken. Obviously, I was able to finish up what I needed to. That's kind of nice. But I do have another spool here. But I won the bobbin chicken race. I have no idea how much I had left over, but I did win. And that's all that matters, right? Go. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. have to go take Miss Whiny Girl out for a short walk. No problem, Terry. We understand. Thanks so much for letting us know. No problem. Anybody have any fun plans for this weekend or this upcoming week? This is Halloween week, so anybody got any haunted houses or anything that they're going to? Mr. Wizard and I will be handing out candy to those children that decide to show up to our house. We don't usually get a whole lot of trick-or-treaters. And the weather has a significant impact on how many trick-or-treaters we end up with. But we usually don't end up with too many. Plus, our trick-or-treating here by us starts at like 4 o'clock, and Mr. Wizard and I don't even get home until 5:30. So he gets home at 5:30, I get home at 6:30. So I think it's 4 to 7. So we're not really home for the earlier crowd. All right. Okay, so now we have to attach a black strip or two to this in here. So I'm going to grab a couple of those. Grab 4 because I have a feeling they're not going to be long enough. Let's see if they're long enough. I don't think they are. I don't think one of them is going to be long enough. Let's see. Oh, maybe. Oh, it's just too short. Just too short. So we'll go ahead and attach all these up together. I'm going to go ahead and attach all 4 of these up to each other like a binding strip. So then that way they're all kind of connected. I think I'm probably only going to end up needing 3, if I'm being honest with myself. And I think that's all I will do is 3. I think 3 will be plenty. Go. These black strips here are 3/4 inch strips. They're very small. Very small strips. And so by the time you get the 2/4 inch seams, you only end up with 1/4 inch. Yeah, this project was definitely more than I thought it was going to be when I initially started it. I really didn't expect it to be quite this challenging. But I don't regret it. I don't regret doing it. It's just a little bit more challenging than I thought it was going to be. That's all. You got to read the directions like 4 or 5 times. Then you got to lay the pieces out, use a pin to pin it all together to try and figure out if that's the right direction it's supposed to go. because everything is opposite. So the whole thing is they're symmetrical. The whole quilt is symmetrical. So it's like you cut it down in half and it's symmetrical. So everything is a mirror image of the other thing. So it's like, okay, which way am I going now? Which way am I going now? So you just kind of gotta figure it out. Okay, so there's this one. And then I need to attach, okay, the long edge. Okay. So let's do this one first. Lots of people playing on the heist game. I mentioned it earlier, but I'll mention it again. I think there were only 2 thimble redemptions for the month of October. So unless those 2 thimble redeemers are in a hurry for their redemptions, I think I'm going to wait and mail out the redemptions in November. That way the postage is a little bit less expensive because I don't know if you guys know this, but the Postal Service has initiated their holiday pricing. So all of their packages are a little bit more expensive than normal. And so I'm just trying to limit the amount of postage that I'm spending, if I can. Yeah, so I will be combining the redemptions from October and the ones for November together and mailing them both at one time. So don't worry about if you've redeemed something for October. I didn't forget about it. I've got the envelopes kind of filled out a little bit and marked, but I'm just going to mail them again. I'm just going to mail them in November. So then that way, if you guys want to keep redeeming your thimbles in for more prizes, you can absolutely do that, and I'll just keep adding prizes to the envelope. Because it's still going to be cheaper if the envelope weighs a little bit more than it would be if I sent them as 2 separate envelopes. So So I still want this long edge, but I have to start this way. Just taking our second strip here, so on our second strip up. Nice long strips. I'm trying really, really, really hard not to stretch anything because these black strips can stretch really, really easily. So I'm just trying really hard to be gentle, go slow, don't stretch anything, don't step on anything. Sandra says she's going to wait till January to mail out anything. Yeah, good call, Sandra, because, yeah, the prices are I guess their holiday pricing goes into effect October 1st, and it runs through the first week in January, I think they said. Yeah, Mama Joyce figured this out when she went to go mail in the prize winners, the fall project for the prize winners. We figured out that the fees were different. Now, because I do print my own postage here at my house instead of going to the post office, I actually save 20% because I do it myself. If I go online and I print it myself and do all that, then I actually save 20% because I'm not doing any human interactions. But still, it's still kind of pricey. Like, so I'm gonna wait and do those in November. There we go. Joyce says, be back in a minute. No problem, Joyce. Just chilling out here. I'm gonna cut that one there. Excuse me, I'm having hiccups today. Oops. All right, so we have sewn up the black strip, which is always a challenge. So I'm gonna trim that there. We're gonna go ahead and iron this out now, and then trim it again. And then we're gonna start on the bottom piece. Let's go. Actually. Just trying to figure out the easiest way to do this. So I've got to make sure that the black black strip is flat. So pressing away from the black piece. Now, one of the things I will say is when I prepped this fabric, I very heavily starched it. Starched it very heavily, and that has been helping tremendously with regards to pressing it, because then it lays pretty flat for me when I'm trying to press it. So I will say that that was probably a saving grace on my part. I don't know that I did that on purpose. And I know that nobody here on the channel is probably making this pattern. But if you were to figure out what this pattern is and make this pattern, that is going to be one of my recommendations, just because there's a lot of little pressing and little seams that have to be done. And having that is really helping. I just hope I did this on the right side, the correct side. Because I don't feel like I did. Yeah, I guess I did. I guess I did, yeah. The mirror images is throwing me off. But you got to sit and think about it for a minute, kind of picture it in your mind. Well, it's coming together though. Like it's coming together. Like each step is a pretty big, extensive step. For sure. There's a lot of instructions in one step. But we are close. We are closer than we were, when we first started. Patience for sure. Yes, Sandra, it absolutely is. Patience on my part and patience on your guys' part too, because I'm sure you guys are dying to see what this thing looks like. Oh, crap. I just realized that I sewed this black piece on inside out. Now here's the thing, is I could just take this much of it out and just fix it. This much piece here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to take the whole thing out. I'm just going to take from here down. Because, yeah. So I just noticed that I sewed up the black piece in upside down. Like, it's all solid black, so you're not going to know right from wrong side. But the seam itself, I just realized that the seam is facing front instead of facing back. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull this little piece out here and re-sew that up. Oops. Gotta be careful. Black fabric is so thin. Can somebody tell me if the music is better? Is it still really loud, or is it quieter now? I have thought about asking the pattern name, but decided it's just watch it come together. Well, Sandra, if you want to know, you are welcome to ask me in an email. I am happy to give it to you. But I understand that too, where it's kind of fun to not know what it is. It's kind of fun. And I promise you, once the quilt has been put together and gifted, I will gladly tell you what the pattern name is. But until then, I have to kind of keep it quiet. Oh, okay, give me this. Alright, so we sewed it up wrong. Well, not wrong, but the wrong direction. So instead of going this way, I need to go this way. Yeah. No. Nope. My brain hurts, people. My brain hurts. So if I go this way, okay, this way. I got it. Opposites, people. Opposites. That's what we gotta do. It's the opposites. Such a tiny piece. There we go. So what I had done here is I had accidentally sewn it up wrong side to right side. So I just pulled the seam out for the black trim piece and sewed it up opposite so that it will now lay the way it needs to. Except the only bad part is now I have to try and iron up this seam here. And it's proving to be a bit of a challenge. So my apologies for ignoring chat for the moment. These are really tiny pieces that I'm working with here. So, you know, and I'm trying not to burn my fingers. Hi, Raven. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far. There we go. I'm glad we didn't trim this yet. Otherwise the ankle would have been off. It's almost like I knew that I had messed something up somewhere. So that's kind of nice. This way. One of these days, we'll figure out how the hell I did this now. This way. Yes, this way. There we go. Now I got it. Took me a minute. Raven says, we drove down for my son's birthday. Yes, I remember you saying that on Wednesday. How did the birthday party go? Just got done at Costco. Next is lunch and a 5-hour drive home. Well, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate that. There we go. You went to your aunt and uncle's. I think I remember you saying that that's where you guys were going to go. I'm glad it was a good time. Glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you had a good time. So that means that this one is probably the same if there is a seam. So let's check. Good news is I don't see a seam on this one, which is odd. Because I didn't think that they were the same length. Oh no, there's the seam. Yeah, there's the seam. So since we know that this one's going to be a problem, let's go ahead and just pull it out anyway. So what I did was I sewed up this long black strip, and you guys saw me, sew up all the strips together because the one strip wasn't going to be quite long enough. So I sewed them all up together, and unfortunately, when I put the strip on, I did not put wrong sides or right sides together. I put wrong side to right side. So now I am currently taking off the piece of the black strip that has the seam on it up to the seam, and then flipping the seam so that it's going the correct way. That has been a common theme for this project. There's been a lot of seam ripping, but it's coming together slowly. I'm enjoying it most of the time. Pull back just a little bit more. There we go. Now we're going to take this piece here and pull this piece apart. We have a lot of dog people here, more with dogs than without. I understand that, Terry. I appreciate you coming back. No problem. I understand completely. I might actually be able to do this pretty quickly now that I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. There we go. Now, did that work? Let's see. It did work. It did work. Yay. Because it's a black solid, it's really hard to do right side, wrong side. And so it's a bit of a challenge to work with this 3/4 inch black strip of piece. Brenda says, I'm thinking I may get Tropic on the long arm again this week. Took it off to get another rush job up. Oh, the Tropics project? Yeah, that was our nemesis, wasn't it, Brenda? My gosh, that one just... It was such an easy pattern, too. That, like, I don't understand why that one was just such a challenge. I was so glad to gift that one away for Christmas last year. Like, it turned out perfect. It turned out beautiful. But, oh, my gosh, that one was my nemesis. I was so happy to get that one out of the house. I am without, but I have D to fill up time. Oh. Trying to decide on the fabric for the framing pinwheels pattern. The layer cake gets cut up so you can really use charm packs for all of it. Oh, well, there you go. That's I haven't read that far into the pattern, Terry, so I'm glad that you have that little tidbit of information for us. For those of us for others that are thinking about it. I appreciate that. So there's an option for you guys. If you don't have a layer cake that you want to use, you do end up cutting it into smaller pieces. So she says you could use the charm pack if you wanted to. You could use charm packs. If you guys have got a bunch of charm packs in your stash, you could try to coordinate it. Thank you for that information, Terry. That's very helpful. I have a layer cake in charm packs because that's what the pattern called for. Plus, I found a layer cake that I really liked. I bought all of this fabric. This is one of those projects that I bought the complete thing in Quilt Town. I saw the pattern in one of the shops with the sample that the pattern was written for. I really liked it. And then when I was in another store, I found the layer cake that I really liked to go along. Then I found a layer cake that I really liked, so I bought the layer cake. Then I remembered that I had bought the pattern that needed the layer cake. So that's when I looked at the pattern to see what else it needed. And bought the charm packs to go along with it. Quilt Town was so much fun. I had such a great time. I really felt the creative juices flowing. But I will be honest and say it took a minute for them to kind of get there. It took a minute for me to kind of get into that creative mindset. I think I was just kind of overwhelmed for a moment. But I had brought some projects with me that I needed to complete. So I had brought some quilt tops with me that I needed to find borders and backing fabric and binding fabric for. And so that kind of helped get the juices flowing, if you will. It kind of helped kind of get in that right mindset of what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. And then once that started going, you know, it just kept going. Hi, Melissa. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. That's when things kind of started to come together, and that's when I really started to like, oh, I could do this, I could do that, I could put this together, I could put that together. That's when the credit card started to take a hit. It really wasn't too bad, actually. I you know, stayed within reason. Terry says, I would like to shop hop at least once. They don't really have those locally. Yeah, I would like to shop hop myself one of these years. There's a couple of shops here, but I'd like to do the whole state. Okay. All right, this piece is now officially done as well. It's all ironed up, so let's go ahead and set those aside for now. So now I'm going to need to put this away for a minute. We've got some pieces we got to cut. Oh. Go. Okay, Terry, I will check later. That sounds like the, yeah, I got it. I got your email. I will check it after the stream is over. Thank you for letting me know. Right, put this away for now. Put this away for now, because we don't need it. We need this coming back. We're going to do a little bit of cutting. Nothing too crazy. All right, so now the direction says cut a 3.5 inch segment from 2 6-inch background strips. That's these two here. So let's go ahead and trim off the edges first. This is like go. Trim off the edges. And then we're going to open this one up. We're going to open this one up. Line up our edges. Double check to make sure that these are 6-inch pieces, which they are. They are. That one didn't. And then it said 3.5 inch segment. So, put this over. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Terry, I will check later. I will 1, 2, 3.5. Check it later for sure. 1, 2, 3. So technically it's 4 inch. Okay. 1, 2, 3.5. Okay. 3 times. I'm going to double check. All right. From the 2 with black between, so each segment back to the original piece. Okay, so I need to grab my black piece here to go ahead and attach this one here. We're attaching these black pieces to the edge. Make sure that I'm doing right sides together. All right. Perfect. Dawn says, okay, the stream has my full attention. Apologies if someone said hi. I did not respond. Hi all. No problem. Dawn, it's no problem. We understand. We appreciate you spending as little or as much time with us as you can. You're lurking. That's okay too. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay, I think I'm done cutting. So let me put this mat back away. I probably didn't need this big huge one, but that's all right. It's fine. It's fine. Grab the little one again. So every time you put a black strip on, you really need to iron it down because you want to make sure that everything's laying nice and flat to get this project to do what you want it to do. So I'm going to finger press that real quick. And then this one as well. There we go. What time is it? Oh my. It's almost time to end the stream. I didn't even realize. My goodness. Well, we'll get this piece sewn up together, and then we'll see where we're at. My goodness, time really flies when you guys are when we're having fun, doesn't it? Jeez. No idea. No idea we were that close. Okay, so now we're going to add these to these pieces here. We're just going to add them to the bottom. So let's go ahead and add this one back to the bottom of one of these edges. Why doesn't that one feel like it works? Okay, get the other piece. It's like just a little bit off, so it's like, I don't think this one goes back to this one. Yeah, this one goes back to this one. That's weird. Okay. We are gambling wizards. There you go. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. And, no one's losing any real money or spending any real money at all, and you're still winning prizes. So the way I see it, it's really a win-win. All right. There we go. That's right, Terry. Nothing like a little Sunday morning gambling. That's right. I'm really glad that you guys like that. I really did not know how it was going to go over because it's, from what I could tell, there was no other quilting channel that had it. And I got it from a gaming channel. I found it from a gaming channel. So I'm just really glad that everybody likes it. Okay, there's that one. Katie, I may have missed it, and I do apologize if I missed your response. How are you doing, hun? How are you feeling? Is everything going okay? I know that Thursday was a rough day for you, but then I saw that you were live stream yesterday, so I'm hoping that means it was a good thing. I did not catch your live stream yesterday, so I do apologize for that. I'm sure that you addressed it then. And I'm hoping to catch that replay later today. We'll have to wait and see how things go. That's my goal for today. We'll see. Okay, so now I need to attach this to the inside. So the strips, yeah, so this way. This side. Just make sure, just wanna, because like this one, and I guess the strips are still gonna go up either way, right? And then this one would go on this side. Yeah? Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah. It takes me a minute. But I get it. Eventually I get it. Takes me a minute, but eventually I get it. Go. Finish it. Yeah, I'm not going to finish the quilt today, no, but we're going to finish this piece that we're working on. Yeah, we're going to finish this piece, but we're definitely not going to finish the quilt today. No, I feel like there's still a couple more live streams before the quilt is finished. But we're at least going to finish the piece today. We'll at least get the piece finished, so... Nice long sewing strips. You just got to make sure, because those edges are so small, you really got to make sure you're getting it matched up correctly. Now I could pin all this. I mean, I'm sure that there are people out there that would pin, but I don't like pinning, so I won't. In some cases, I'm sure the pinning would have made things a little bit easier, but it's okay. Uh-oh. This isn't a long enough piece. We have a problem. This isn't long enough. I'm short by like 5-6 inches. Crap. Crap and cola. Crap. I wonder if the 5-inch piece that we cut was too big. I'm going to finish sewing this just because I'm going to have to pull the whole thing apart anyway, I think. But yeah, we're too short on this one. So something is not adding up because I have all these pieces here and then I'm short. So something's wrong. And I just don't know what it is yet. And it does not tell me how long this piece is supposed to be. Although it does show that it's as long as this one. So if we were to do this, let's see what happens. I think we might end up being okay because this piece here still needs to attach to this. Did I miss a section? I don't think I did, but now that I'm looking at this, I have to add this piece to the top of this thing along with more pieces. So I'm starting to think that these stripes might have been too big. These stripe pieces here, I think these stripe pieces might be too big. So I'm going to need to go back and read this again. Because I think from the remainder of the 1.5 inch background strip set from step 7, hang on here, folks. I think I might have goofed this. I think I might have used the wrong strip set to make those 45-degree angles. I think I was supposed to use these pieces here to make those 45-degree angles instead of these big pieces here. Yeah, I think these are supposed to be the 7. And it's supposed to be much shorter because I'm reading the directions again. Okay. And the directions said from the remainder of the 1.5 inch background strip set, which is this one. This one is a 5-inch strip set. So when I was reading this, I was reading the wrong direction set. Which explains why I had such a hard time getting these 7 strips. So the good news is we know what the problem is. The bad news is we basically have to go back and start over from where we started at the beginning of today. Then we have to start all over again. So there's good news. And then there's the bad news. New design element. Yeah, I wish. It's way too big. And that's why I'm like, what is going on here? So this piece here that we have is supposed to attach to the top of this piece. So this piece here is only supposed to be like this big. Yeah, which makes sense now that I'm supposed to be using this piece here to do that with. Yeah, that totally makes sense. So, all right. So at least we know what we've done wrong, and it happens. It's okay. You know, good news is that, you know, we know what happened. Bad news is, you know, this piece here is long enough because I cut this to the right length, but all of this has to go, which is, it's really unfortunate and really annoying. But yes, Dawn, exactly. Totally fixable. Thank gosh we didn't do anything else, but I'm going to have to pull it all back apart now. So let's make ourselves some notes so that when we come back to this, and we've just added ourselves another live stream to this, basically. But that's okay, because we might end up, you know what, I have my members only live stream tomorrow, so I may just end up working on this tomorrow, since I have to pull it all apart anyway. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this one here, fold this one up for now, set that one to the side. Then we're going to take this one here, and grab my Post-it notes. Yeah, exactly, Dawn. No, I'm not going to let 30 inches of seam ripping, you know, slow me down. I'm not going to let that happen. So I got to seam rip the whole thing, right? Seam rip. 6-inch piece from others. Then I need to remove angle pieces, cut new pieces, then sew everything back up together. Okay, so the good news is that I have a live stream tomorrow with our members only folks, so we're going to be working on this. It is what it is. We're going to be working on this to put this back together. Hopefully there should be enough fabric here to do what we need to do. There's those pieces. So I'm going to be doing a whole heck of a lot of seam ripping tomorrow. That's okay. I'm not upset about it. Like, the part that has really been terrifying me this entire time with this entire project is because it is so intricate and it is so much specific fabrics that I was terrified that I was going to get to a point where I was going to screw something up and not be able to fix it. And I'm still kind of like in this mindset that that's going to happen. So for the fact that, yes, I messed it up. Yes, I got to pull it all apart, but we can fix it. And that to me is the biggest takeaway from this, is that we're going to be able to fix it. This is scrap. So that's the good news. So these pieces here, this goes here for now. Just trying to organize it here a little bit. So this piece, we're going to set this aside for now. We won't need that. So we got to seam rip this one. And then I'm going to need to pull the black fabric off of this one to here. So basically I just pulled this piece off here. And then, yeah. So the good news is you're going to have some really crazy looking scrap fabrics to work with in the scrap boxes again. And it's going to be a lot of seam ripping, but that's okay. I'm actually really glad that I can fix this, because I was really worried there for like 10 seconds that I couldn't fix it. So phew, that is a relief that it can be fixed. So all right. So if you are a member of the channel, we have our members only live stream tomorrow, where you're going to see this project again, because we're going to be seam ripping it and sewing it back together. So then hopefully by the time everything is fixed, when we come back for this one in November, I think it's in November. I'm going to have to look again. When we come back to it again, we'll be able to start fresh. We may not get this particular step that we finished today. We may not get that refinished again tomorrow, because I have to pull everything apart and put it back together. But we're going to see what happens. So, our next non-subscription or members only live stream, so our subscribers live stream is going to be on Thursday, where we're going to be starting a new project called Swirling Leaves. It's going to be a pretty boring day. It's mostly going to be ironing and kind of prepping the fabrics for sewing, but we're going to be bringing that one back here. That will be a Thursday live stream. I think it's going to be the last Thursday of every month, moving forward to the third Thursday of every month. I can't remember. I know the Thanksgiving one kind of got shuffled around, but everything else is okay. So we will be back here again, folks, on Thursday to start a new project. This mystery project will be coming back hopefully in November. What did I do with my mouse? Let me check my calendar and I can tell you guys exactly when it's coming back. It is not coming back in November. And right now, I don't even have it coming back in December unless we do it as a whip. So maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll do our whip Wednesday in November as the mystery project. So instead of this one here, I'm going to actually change it right now so that I don't forget when I'm setting up the schedule. This one will be, instead of whip Wednesday, it will be the mystery project. We will bring it back here in November. There we go. Just this event. Yeah, just this event. So there you go. So next week we'll do a later live stream. We will start at 11 o'clock next weekend because we have breakfast with our kids. It's also daylight savings time. Next Sunday is daylight savings time. So make sure you guys keep track of the channel because Illinois does observe daylight savings time, so the hours might be off. So just remember that next weekend, later stream and daylight savings. So it's gonna be kind of crazy. Later stream, so it's 30 minutes later than normal, but then there's also that time difference as well. And then, yeah, then we've got members only, schools of the year. Okay, just checking through. So our quilt along, sew along project will start November 16th. I will have the thumbnail set up for that hopefully later today. That is my goal for today, is to do all the thumbnails. Yeah, so that's it. Fun stuff. Lots of fun stuff coming up here on the channel. Fall back your clock. That's right. Our time fell back today. Oh, okay, Terry. Katie, thanks for letting us know that. But anyway, folks, that is it for today. Thanks so much for joining me. It's a little bit of a bummer that we did something wrong, but I'm so grateful that we're going to be able to fix it. So I'm going to fix it tomorrow with our members and hopefully go from there. But anyway, folks, thanks again so much. If you have a comment or question, please make sure that you leave it down below. Don't forget to hit that like button before you take off on me. I really appreciate it. If you are interested in sharing your projects with me, make sure you join us on our Facebook or our Instagram page. And if you don't prefer not to do either one of those and you still want to share something with me, feel free to email it to me. I try to check my emails as often as I can, so make sure you check that out as well. Otherwise, check out one of our other content creator friends. I think Katie had a live stream yesterday. A couple of other people are having live streams today, so make sure you check those out. That's all I can think of right now. All right, friends. You have a great rest of your weekend, great rest of your week, and I will see you guys all back here on Thursday. Members only is tomorrow. Bye for now, folks.
Thank you.